and veteran both are going to have the opportunities to lay it all out on the line and see what they can come up with.
Yeah, it should be a really good show. Looking at Rival, just talking a little bit about the match, a little bit of an understory for Anubis. They're coming in as a 6 seed here. Maybe not everyone expected to see them in the championship game, but they're going up against that Chromium squad that they've been great all season. It should be a really good game. I'm looking forward to some great gameplay here in the rival division.
Yeah, we're going to take a second here as we continue to vamp, waiting for Viz to get back, taking a look at our team stats up on stream. You can take a look at those records, all of the stats for these two teams. These are their regular season records over the course of a 64-game season, so pretty indicative of how these teams have gotten here, but it does not take into account the run they've made through the playoffs. And Chromium a Titan, Anubis kind of the scrappy underdog in this one. And Tisan, I know you were taking a look at some of the stats kind of with an objective third-party view. What were your thoughts as we start to prep for this matchup?
Well, right away, immediately what stands out, those goals for Chromium, 213 on the season, it averages out over 64 games to about 3.3. That is a high-octane offense that clearly teams have had a problem stopping all season long. Anubis is definitely going to want to look to shut that down. And, 49 wins, 15 losses against the 37 wins, 27 losses for Anubis. Do you think they're sweating it all? They might be. They're going up against the best team in the division so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think if they're not sweating, there might be something wrong. It's a do or die time. This is literally the last chance here, the last stop. And it's going to be a pretty big task for Anubis to get through, but they're going to have 7 games to do it to prove their worth. We're going to flip over to our lineups here, and I believe we're going to get a caster sub. We're going to swap out the man that is Visionary 1 for an equally impressive man that is 2K. He's undeafening himself. He's going to be unmuting himself. It's like he knows that I'm talking about him. 2K, you're tapping in here?
Check test 1 2 3. Yes, sir.
Wow.
We're about to bring the hype. So let me read you off some players here for you tonight. We've got Ledux, Corrupt Arrow, Mr. Nuke, and Kyrmex08. It looks like he's the bench player, so I won't have to gripe about not being able to pronounce it. Meanwhile, on the Anubis side, GM of Paco, great guy, love that guy. Not Whisper, Hoisey, Stealthman777, and Tweedle, I will assume that is. Give me a breakdown here, T-San. What are you seeing? Who are the players to watch out for here tonight?
So immediately what catches my eye, high shooting percentages across the board for what looks like the starters for Chromium. No one on Anubis even touches their shooting percentages. You're looking at 61, 61, 56 goals. Oh, looks like we're jumping into the game here. Starting off the kickoff, Stealthman laid ducks. And it looks like Visionary's back in the booth too.
I am finally back. I am so sorry about that, guys. Turns out when you turn your chair the wrong way with the Go XLR attached, it does not like it. So we're ready to get into this action. I'm currently pulling everything up, trying to get back into the lobby and such. So, guys, I apologize for the delay. I'm really happy to be back right now. I'm going to have to ask you, T-San, what have you run down already for the folks at home while I get everything pulled back up?
Well, we were just going over the stats there, looking at that high-level offense. Right now, we're looking at some pressure from the orange and the blue half here. In the corner, no shots on net. Corrupt Arrow taking it over the orange half. Nothing there. Mr. Nuke, good challenge in the midfield. These teams feeling each other out a little bit here in the beginning, and we're going to see what happens. Maybe they'll start ramping it up. A minute in, nothing really threatening from either side yet.
Yeah, it seems as though both teams are just going to take this time. This is a little bit of an awkward match time playing on stream. They're not quite used to it, so I'm sure they got scrims an hour earlier tonight. So the first one to make a mistake, despite a demo on the goal line, nothing come of it yet. Ledux with an excellent push aside. you know, both teams are just trying to squeeze out this game 1 win and gain momentum in any way, shape, or form as Mr. Nuke snipes the bottom left corner on a cut rotation in the corner by the Orange Squadron. Stealth cutting there, and unfortunately not the touch you want, ends up being a pass to the other team, and the first goal scored within a minute 30 seconds.
Yeah, not the touch you want for Stealth. It's not the start they were looking for, but there's plenty of game left, 3:30 again. These teams are probably still going to be feeling each other out for a little bit. Plenty of time to rectify that. But some more blue pressure in the orange half. Stealth, he's going to get a breakaway. Will he get another touch? Won't have it. Mr. Nuke's going to take control. We'll try to get a second touch in the orange half. Doesn't have it. Little miscommunication there in the blue half. No damage will come of it. And still nothing threatening for this orange team yet in this game.
And from what I can see right now, they really haven't been able to generate any offense as we're looking at it right now. I'm a little bit behind you guys still as I'm trying to fight to get back into the lobby, of course. But, I mean, the offense really hasn't been looking too clean. We're not seeing anything in the midfield, and the pressure has just been really solid by Chromium so far.
Yeah, absolutely. But we see some demos now. Double demo there for Anubis. They're going to look to take advantage, but a weak shot, nothing dangerous towards the net. Laydux is there, can't get the touch towards the net. Anubis will escape there. Corrupt Arrow gets past one, can't get past the second. Mr. Nuke tries to go for the shot on net, doesn't have it. But we're seeing continued presence in this orange half. Right now, it looks like all Chromium.
And Chromium's doing a great job of like kind of cutting rotation just to stay on the ball as of right now. But that's a great boom over the top of the defender. They can't get to it, but the shot's not going to be on net. And you hate to see that for sure as Mr. Nuke. That's an open one for Anubis. And it's saved by Corrupt. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely, what a play. I thought that was for sure going in. They'll walk away, though, unscathed. Corrupt Arrow looking to get a shot on net. Doesn't have it. Now Whisper going for the clear. Can't make it happen. Mr. Nuke towards the net. No shot. We stay in the orange half. Laydux is there. Towards the net. Stealth Man with the save. Out towards the midfield. Mr. Nuke shot on net, and it's going to be a goal. 2-0. Mr. Nuke taking advantage of the not-so-stellar touch. And this has been all Chromium so far.
It certainly has. You can't clear the ball down the center. You're looking at it right now. They've definitely been through that as we go in. And right now, it's just not happening. Of course, for Anubis, they haven't been able to get anything going. And when you struggle that hard to find your way onto offense, it just becomes, it's like a waterfall, right? It just keeps falling on top of you until you finally get that first one. It's going to be one of those things as I'm finally in the game now with Corrupt Arrow. Hoisey actually going to get a nice touch over to the left-hand side of the blue corner. Is not Whisper up on this one. Gonna get it through Mr. Nuke with the own goal. And I was saying, when you don't get that goal, T-San, it's so difficult because it feels like it's coming down on you, but you get a little bit of relief right here on a great touch from Whisper.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect placement, too. That is not an easy save. And Chromium did their best, but there's no saving that in the upper 90. Big goal for Anubis there. Definitely some much-needed momentum. Let's see if they can follow it through. Keep it going. Maybe even this game up. There's a minute left, so time isn't exactly on their side.
Time is certainly not, but it's only one goal that they're chasing. It's a great touch by Whisper just to get this over to his corner. A lot of demos coming out. I can't see anything on the director cam as Hoisey going to try to take a 50 here. At least keeps it in the midfield. Stealth Man going to kick it back down to Whisper. Gets a glancing blow on the ball into the corner. We're going to see this come over the top. Corrupt is awkward, but he manages to not play it into their own net as not Whisper going to come across. Here's Hoisey with a shot. Upper 90 off the post, off the crossbar. It's there in front. We have a tie game.
Wow, what a series of events. You see that go off the crossbar, your heart breaks a little bit. Stealth Man, he stays there. Corrupt Arrow, it's awkward, especially when that ball's right above you with ball cam on. You really don't know what's happening. Anubis takes advantage. 43 seconds to go. We have a tied game. And momentum now shifting back towards Anubis. They've been an underdog all playoffs long. That doesn't seem to bother them. They're doing great under the pressure.
They certainly are. This is actually a great back pass over to Hoisey, who's going to play this and blast it off the backboard. Here's Stealth Man. A little bit of a missed flip there, but the pressure is going to continue with Anubis. You see Chromium struggling for boost right now, trying to break out. Not able to yet. Corrupt Arrow looking like they're having a bit of issues as well, just kind of sitting on that back post. The ball finally gets cleared. 14-13. The clock ticks down. We might have the chance for overtime and game number one, and it being the finals. Would you expect anything less, T-Sam?
Absolutely not. We count down. One more possession. Corrupt Arrow lost connection there. And we're going into overtime. Visionary, what is Chromium gonna do here?
I mean, they just have to hold on, right? You have to play that quick rotation, but that's not it, Chief. Very difficult situation to be in. I would really like to see them play a little bit more patient game, try to get Corrupt Arrow back in there. Unfortunately, dropping connection. The 50 does not fall in their favor. Not Whisper's going to pound this one in. And for such an amazing game that we had for game number 1, it ends just slightly, unfortunately, very uneventfully, to be honest with you. It's just one of those things that we get into it and it's just not there because it's a 2v3. And unfortunately, with the way the rules are played, we don't have those admin perms those beautiful people in RLCS do. And we got to kind of just play it out and keep it trucking on. So we're going to see if he can go ahead and get back into the lobby. Of course, or if Chromium's going to have to make a substitution. With how they looked in the first 2 minutes of game number 1, I don't want to see a substitution.
Yeah, I don't think they do either. And that's a huge blow because they were fully in control of that game. They were keeping pressure on Anubis for the majority of the first half. They got that first goal, got some momentum on their side. Then I think Corrupt Arrow started having the connection issues. They get the second goal, overtime. It's a 3v2. You're looking like, in a 3v2 situation, it's tough to get a win in any situation there. So,
yeah, especially in the finals, T-Sant, especially in the finals. Like, we can't stress the gravitas of the situation, right? Like, we have to go through. The gravity is there. The pressure is on you, and you're playing a 2v3, and you feel forced to try to beat somebody to the ball, and unfortunately, you just get beat out. So we're going to be looking at these stats just for a minute longer than usual, guys, as we try to get Corrupt Arrow back in here. It's just one of those things that, unfortunately, we just don't have those perms properly. So we're going to see if we can get them back in here, of course. But at the end of the day, it's a great job by Anubis. Just had the mental to get back into it, because that could have been a 2-0 and Chromium could have just sat back on defense the entire time and literally just played brick wall defense and allowed everything to come to them. And it didn't happen, right? Anubis got one, and then when it rains, it pours, apparently, because Corrupt Arrow has internet issues.
Yeah, it really is a shame, especially in the finals. You gotta feel for Chromium. You really do. But I'm hearing the players are back, by the way, so we should be able to get this next game started. It's looking like Kyromax is going to be taking place. No, it looks like he's just left.
Yeah. We got Bamboozled. Thanks, production, for the shouts. We definitely appreciate you broadcasting who's going to be playing, but Corrupt Arrow gets back in time. So we're going to have a proper game number 2. You can almost call it a game number 1, part 2, just with the kind of tale of two halves we had there, with, Chromium coming out firing and Anubis just roaring back. Aided a little bit by the 2v3, but you have to give them credit. The mental was there. They were strong all the way through. They were able to pull it out.
Yeah, and credit to Anubis, even before it was a 3v2, they started getting that pressure on Chromium. They had plenty of time, even without, again, like I said, the 3v2. They were getting pressure on. They were going to give themselves an opportunity to score. And ladies and gentlemen, Corrupt Arrow is back. So, Chromium, they might have been sweating for a little bit. They should be feeling good now.
They definitely should be.
As we get into game number 2.
They definitely should be, as the opening kickoff of the RSC finals. This is the last broadcast of the season. Chat, I want to see you get loud. I want to see you get hype, and we have an opening goal to start this one off for Anubis. They're going to continue right where they left off.
Huge kickoff to start the game, off the edge. You hate to see those. Not Whisper with a great cheat up. No one there for Chromium, and 1-0 lead 3 seconds in. Momentum starting off for Anubis. I'm sure it's exactly what they want to see.
Oh, but this air dribble potential right here from Nuke. Does he have the dunk? Oh. Nuke is popping off. Why isn't he using the new goal explosion? It's something I'll never know, T-Sant, because there's not a moment more deserving of it than that dunk.
Oh, and what a first touch. What a dunk. All over the Anubis face. 1-1. We got 2 goals 9 seconds into this game. Looking like we're in for an exciting game 2, Vision.
All I can say is you love to freaking see it. That's a nice midfield pass, a little bit behind Corrupt Arrow. Does a really good job of getting around that as he takes to the skies. You see the air dribble attempt, has a pinch down. This is going to be awkward. Nuke is there, but Ledux is going to be the last one back. Takes control of the ball. This is really what I want to see out of Chromium right now. Slow the pace just a little bit, get yourself some advantageous touches, and try to break down this defense systematically. And that double commit is not going to help anything as Corrupt Arrow gets the pinch off to the side. Stealth Man gets a touch and gets demoed for his effort. And I got to tell you right now, T-Sant, Anubis on the back foot, but somehow surviving so far.
Yeah, that looks like a really dangerous double commit. And the demo on stealth too. He got there just in time. They'll march the ball down the field trying to get some possession of this blue half. Nothing there. Corrupt Arrow taking it down. He doesn't have it. Hoisey, he'll look to take control. No boost though. What's he going to be able to do with it? Can't get a good touch. Lay Ducks taking it to the orange half. He's in the air. Air dribble towards the net. Almost gets it in. It was a great touch. Good defense though from Anubis. And they'll leave that without scoring a goal.
You say that now, Mr. Nuke trying to hard carry this offense, has an opportunity to get this around, but he yoinks it for Corrupt Arrow, who gets a demo. It's going to be a weak touch in front. Can anything happen here? No, it's going to be a clear out by Whisper. LeDuc's trying to keep this in the orange half. Nothing doing though as Nuke can't put this one on net. Little bit of a cluster in the rotation on the way back should give a free clear, but it's not going to get past midfield as LeDux has an answer almost immediately. You see Whisper on the struggle bus, but it's off the post, and then Mr. Nuke, what is that shot?
Oh, Mr. Nuke gets it to the far post. No one's there off the crossbar. Those are always so tough to judge. Whisper Hoisey getting tangled up. He's got the entire other half of the net open. Mr. Nuke, he wants this game though. He's put himself in good positions. The amazing opening first dunk. And just simply taking an open net when he has it. 2-1 in favor of Chromium so far.
Definitely love to see them on the way back as LeDuc's going to get a nice 50 to push this back down to the orange half. Going for the demo on Stealthman, not able to receive it. There's going to be 2 pushed up. Unfortunately, Stealthman got a double touch that kind of kept the ball in the orange half as Mr. Nuke goes for the pinch. LeDuc's up on this one. This shot is impossible, but the waterfall is not as it drops down. Not going to be finding much there. Stealthman going to get a clear straight into Mr. Nuke, who's just going to pop it up high. Corrupt Arrow doesn't have enough boost to go off of it initially. Not Whisper. This might go crossbar down. No, it's going to be a great read by LeDux to play this over to the side. And T-San, I have to say, that's going to be a dangerous proposition in the midfield as Mr. Nuke earns himself the hat trick.
The hat trick indeed for Mr. Nuke. Look at taking the poor touch from Stealthman and a great read on that, honestly. That's not easy shot the way he took off. 3-1 in favor of Chromium. It started off great for Anubis Vision, but it's really been all Chromium this game. They've kept a lot of presence in this orange half. We've seen a couple opportunities, but they're keeping the demos going. Not letting Anubis be comfortable. What do you think they got to do? Shot there, though. It's going to be a save for Lay Ducks. Vision, what do you want to see from Anubis, though? They got to do something to get back into this game.
I mean, right now, this is looking like a carbon copy of game number 1 with just an extra goal. Corrupt Arrow takes the shot off the 50 and pushes it in. And of course, the caster curse has to come out as soon as I'm like, yeah, you know, it's just game number 1 with an extra goal. Well, now it's game number 1 with 2 extra goals. It is not 2-1, it's 4-1. And with 2 minutes left, that's a pretty solid cushion to get yourself back in the series.
Yeah, and that Chromium offense, I was saying earlier in the pregame, 3.3 goals per game over the regular season. High octane offense, and they are showing us why. They had 2 goals early in the first game before some issues arise. Now they got 4 here with 2 minutes to go. Almost a 5th from Lay Ducks. Just gets it off the crossbar. Not Whisper looking to take it back down the field. Doesn't have the touch though. Again, it's all Chromium Vision.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, right, where you're said going into it that Chromium was really the underdog in this series. And looking at it right now, they're coming out aggressive, and that's the beautiful thing about the RSC playoffs is that it's any given day somebody can pop off, somebody can make a run. Almost reminds me of like the New York Giants in the NFL when they beat the Patriots. Nobody expected it, but it seems to happen at the most crazy times as that's going to be in front. It's a great bump attempt. Hoisey's just going to have to keep this into the corner. And it's just one of those things where it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's who shows up best on the day. And right now in game number 2, that is Chromium. That's a phenomenal clear. Does Corrupt Arrow have this redirect? It is so close, but it's just wide of the nose of his cars. LeDuc gets massively dunked by Hoisey here. Does a good job of getting a clear, but with 1 minute left, I don't know how much they have to give.
Me neither, Vision. A minute left. The presence hasn't been there. We're still getting shots on shots from Chromium. I like what I've seen from Anubis. They're trying to get some demos in there. They're trying to get a little rough with Chromium, make them uncomfortable. The fake there from Corrupt Arrow almost gets the beautiful flick over Stealthman. Doesn't have it. But at this point, with 30 seconds left, 3 goals down, Anubis is likely just looking to take one for the road, have something good to feel about heading into game 3.
I mean, certainly at this point, they can't even get the ball out of their own half. It's just a lockdown effort by Chromium. If you play Valorant, this is looking like Killjoy is on the opposite team right now. You definitely love to see it. The double commit is not something you want to see right there, as Mr. Nuke isn't able to get the read. And it finally breaks into the blue third. This might be an opportunity, but Corrupt Arrow is going to beat it out. It doesn't even matter that it's a double commit. You ain't scoring 3 goals in 4 seconds. This is not the NBA. There's not a 3-point line in Rocket League, as this ball is going to be carried up. A little extracurricular activity that doesn't really mean much, as Dog Whisper going to continue it down the side. Nice little touch to get the clear out to the center, but Corrupt Arrow has the read immediately. This ball drops, and Chromium take game 2 decisively, T-Sam.
Absolutely, what an answer. And right away, we got to look at Mr. Nuke. The hat trick to really send a message. Chromium's here to play. The offense is looking smooth. 613 points. And on the other side, Anubis, they played okay. They got to figure out a way to get out of their side of the field. Get some counter plays going. They started mixing it up with the demos at the end of game 2 there. Maybe that's something they want to continue. Keep it moving. You got to do something to make Chromium feel uncomfortable on the offensive side of this ball, because they're moving on all cylinders right now.
You know what the best part about the Chromium offense is, though, is that they're not just taking the first shot that they see. They are being patient. They are going through, and yes, they have 11 shots on the table. That is quite a bit. But when we're talking about the finals, when we're talking about the best 2 teams of the season, you get 11 shots and you score 4 of them, you are doing your job at finding offense. And right now, it's quality and it's quantity, and that's extremely difficult to beat. So we're looking at Anubis right now, only 3 shots on target last game. They got to find a way to pick something up. You mentioned the demos. That could certainly be one way, but right now they're just being outpaced, outsped, and definitely out 50-50'd in the midfield. They have to find a way to keep the ball in the blue half for an extended amount of time. I don't care if it results in shots. Get yourself some pressure, T-San.
Yeah, and looking at the stats of last game, you know it's bad when the other team has more goals than you have shots on net. That is dangerous. And starting off here, we got 4 players in lobby vision?
We have 2 bots.
Oh, we have 2 bots.
Yeah, Merlin and we're seeing Merlin right now. I was hoping we'd get a 1v1 in between the 2 bots to kind of go ahead and go through. Unfortunately, that is not going to be the case as we go through. And of course, we're going to leave this one. Love to see the bots make an appearance. It's always beautiful to see those guys showing their faces. I know back in the early days, we got Merlin would just do work on me in the season mode in 1v1. Man is a menace in that Paladin. So it's just one of those things, lobby, whatever. We're going to go on. We're going to give it a little break. We're going to give them a breather, right? This is a 7-game series. We have a lot of time and a lot of Rocket League ahead. So I'm looking at this right now, and I'm just excited to see what happens in game number 3, because Anubis has to find a way to catch some offense, T-Sant, like we were talking about that entire break beforehand. And until that happens, I'm not positive that they can with how good Chromium looks, especially in the midfield getting those challenges.
Yeah, and one thing I maybe want to see from Anubis, instead of looking for demos in the back line as they were doing towards the end of game 4, or game 2, excuse me, I'm saying 4 because of the goals. Game 2, maybe try to interrupt that midfield presence Chromium has had. Try to go for those guys challenging the ball, bump them, get them out of rotation. That will let you clear the ball down, have a little bit of space, get some control, maybe get some more offensive opportunities, start getting some shots on the net, swing momentum in your favor for Anubis. Are they going to be able to do that, though? That's a big if, and if they're even thinking it.
Yeah, T-Sant, I just want to give you a great shout on that. The backside bumps and demos is something we actually covered in our little casting session. So for you to bring it up as something that could actually be used here and be correct about it, that's massive. So I just want to give a shout to you for that. That's great analysis. Great job breaking that down. And it's definitely a way that we don't see a lot of teams in the slightly below top tier. I'm going to consider like Master, Elite, Premier, might be a little biased calling Elite like the top. Just because I'm in it and I'm garbage and I know it. But as we go on, I think it's definitely something that could be exploited by Anubis just to get them some breathing room. I want to see them try to slow down the pace of play. If they can do that, if they can control the ball a little bit more, I think they'll be just fine. We've seen Hoisey as third do it a lot, but it's going to be down to them actually winning kickoffs, and that's one way to get this started as Whisper plays this all the way over to the side. Hoisey has an open net, and oh no, it's not there. And the post, the woodwork making the save. It should have been 2 goals, and it's not there yet.
Yeah, no goals there, and Vision. No Mr. Nuke in this game either. Chromium again. Maybe they like the 2v3 strat, I'm not sure. It didn't work for him in game 1, but they only got... And Mr. Nuke, he has just joined. Playing a little bit of time with only 2 players.
I mean,
So we're gonna see some possession in that blue half, but right away, back to Orange Vision.
Yeah, and it's effective too. I mean, maybe a lucky spawn, but you know, when you're trying to rejoin, you're just trying to get in the game as fast as possible. And right now, it's something that I really want to hit on is we're not seeing Anubis get clears by passing to each other at all. They're not generating any extra power on the ball. They're relying on solo long clears. We finally find it over there in the corner, but that ball had to cross all the way through midfield. Get some power near your net, be able to clear it out and make it awkward. That triple commit is not going to help anything. Corrupt Arrow has an open net, and he is going to slot that one in the lower left-hand corner. And right now, it's just looking like Chromium can't be denied.
Yeah, and looking at that play there, a poor touch from Anubis off the wall. You had 2 players in the air in the same corner, and then Stealth Man on the ground in the same corner. As soon as that popped out to midfield, that's an open net. It's an easy shot for Chromium. And those triple commits cannot happen if Anubis want to get back into this game and really the series, because the momentum has been all Chromium so far.
This is a good touch down the field, though. Maybe continuing. Mr. Nuke gets a good one over the top. Now Whisper's going to cut this one off. Hoisey, I don't know what you're doing, fam, but Mr. Nuke does not have enough boost to reach this. I appreciate his juxtaposition, though, in going for that one and thinking that he can get there. As Ledux, it's going to be saved up by Corrupt Arrow. The team save, denying another goal for Chromium there, potentially, as we go in. The side pass, it's beautiful. All the way through. Silkman can't make the read. Neither can Ledux, but the boost steals are coming in strong for Chromium. They're looking to get that lockdown again, as Mr. Nuke getting a pop up to himself, looking for the double tap. Is he going to be able to find it? No, it's Stealth Man to play it away before it even touches the backboard.
And it's been just, again, great possession from Chromium. One thing I've noticed already, just with Director Cam only, 400 pad boost steals from Chromium in the last minute or so. They are starving Anubis, they are boxing Anubis in, and it's leading to good shots on net, it's leading to goals. Anubis have to figure this out. They got to get some boost in their cards, get some control on these clears, and they're just not doing that.
Yeah, there certainly aren't right now, and as I continue to mention it, as that ball is just shoved towards the net, it's going to be just wide. Ledux has a read, unfortunately not going to be on target. They're not finding each other in those clears, as Hoisey's going to take over this one, take the dribble, pop it high off the backboard. Nobody is playing backboard defense, but now Whisper can't get the shot on net, and it's one of those things we finally see a clear out to a teammate. They're able to get some offensive pressure off of it, but nothing happens because of it, as Ledux has the read here. It's a double commit. It doesn't matter. They kept it out of the net. That is the most ideal scenario right now, is not letting Chromium build any more momentum as we go into this. Corrupt Arrow with a touch off to the side. 2:03 remaining on the clock, and I don't want to say it as that ball is missing. Hoisey's gonna put that one in. We have a tie game. I was about to say, if they continue this pressure, Chromium, it's gonna get into dire straits for Anubis, but they find a goal right here off the back of a great backboard pass, a bit of a misread, and Hoisey's gonna slot that one in.
Yeah, finding himself in the right place at the right time was Hoisey, waiting for that miss there. With 2 minutes to go, tied game. We've seen a little bit more pressure from Anubis now. Can they keep it going? Maybe build some momentum. Off kickoff, though, more of the same. Chromium keeping it in the orange half. And a little bit of misplay in the midfield there. Hoisey can't get the touch. Mr. Nuke is there for the shot, can't get it. Stealthman can't get the touch either. We have a little bit of dead action here as it goes towards the blue hat.
Yeah, the whifty's coming out strong off of the sidewall as Stealthman gonna rip this one. This is gonna go straight down. Hoisey, do you have the read? It's cut off by Ledux. It's an open net, now Whisper. No, it's Corrupt Arrow to deny it. 1:18 on the clock, still tied up 1-1. And I would honestly say, even though I wasn't here for the pre-show, of course, T-Sant, that this is how we would expect this series to look, with it being a final, as Nuke gets a giant pitch over Ledux, accidentally side flips, not able to get back to the ball. Corrupt Arrow going to continue the pressure, however, with a minute remaining on the clock.
Yeah, and 1 minute remaining. Ledux sending it over to Nuke. Are they gonna get no touch from Luke there? Stealthman will send it over. Can he get a shot? Off the post. No one was there to save it for Chromium. Anubis just needed somebody in position vision. They don't have it. Towards net from Corrupt Arrow, saved by Stealthman. And gameplay getting a little sloppy. Good shot from Ledux, Corrupt Arrow's there. 2-1, 30 seconds remaining. They had a shot. Anubis had their chance. They didn't take it. Chromium answers back.
And all I have to say there is, Hoisey, that is a Herculean effort right there. It is so close to him getting that save and clearing it off the sidewall. Unfortunately, it pinches off his own crossbar and drops right in front of the net, but this might be an opportunity right here for Anubis to get some pressure early. Actually, the back pass coming out to Hoisey, going to left to come in. Stealthman looking for the bumps, can't find it, but this ball's going to be down in front of the net. It's a double commit, but it goes off the sidewall. Here's Whisper looking for a teammate. Hoisey can't get the 50-50, 15 seconds left. The clock is winding down, and Chromium trying to get their stamp on this series with game number 2. It's actually going to go past Hoisey. It's going to be one more opportunity. Can't get the touch, however. This might spell death, and this is going over to the side. It's going to drop. Stealthman trying to keep it up, plays it off the own crossbar, but it's somehow going to touch the ground, and Chromium is going to get game number 3 on the back of the man who DC'd in game number 1, Corrupt Arrow. 2 goals, 4 shots, 50% shooting percentage. You love to see it for Chromium, especially that first slot that he got in that lower left-hand corner, making sure that nobody could save that ball.
Absolutely. And, you know, credit to Anubis. They really started slowing down that Chromium offense in the second half of that game. But what they went away from, the demos, they were doing that at the end of the game too. Started that in the beginning of game 3 here, and they really just gave it up. I wanted to see some more of that.
I mean,
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, brother. Hoisey with 4 saves, though, like, if you don't want to throw that third man and be that aggressive, knowing that you're only chasing 1 goal, I'm not positive that is your decision to go out and try to change up stylistically all over again, right? If you're chasing 3, it makes sense to flip everything on a script. In a 1-goal game, I kind of like the fact that they played it straight up, trusting Hoisey in the back of the net, who's been a monster back there so far. It's one of those things where they're still being outshot 10-4. And you can't let that happen. And the big thing that I want to see, you say you want to see those bumps and demos. I just want to see them clearing the ball to each other. Get a touchdown in front of the net, get it to your front post man, and let him sky that ball down the field, and maybe get some counterattacks going. If you know you're losing the shooting game, you have to find a way to get shots on net. Counterattacks are the way to do it, because Chromium feels comfortable in the orange half right now.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. And one thing I've noticed from Chromium too is they're not leaving a third man back. The third man's normal, you know, when they get their pressure going, their third man's rotating the midfield and staying right there. If they can get some big clears, they might be able to get themselves an open net. Talking about Anubis here. But are they going to be able to recognize it and then implement it into their game plan? Right away, though, close one from Hoisey. Just gets it off the post. That had to have been a little bit scary.
I'm going to tell you that I got a little bit tight watching that one, and it wasn't even me playing, as this is a phenomenal shot. It's going to go off the crossbar. However, Hoisey, just the monster on the backside, has been doing a great job, but not able to get that touch. The pre-flip beats out 2. It's a wide open net, and saved by Mr. Nuke. Can he get it? It's going to be Ledux with the cleanup. You say there's no hesitation on the third in rotation for Chromium. We see it again. Ledux selling out the farm to make sure that's a goal.
Yeah, and no harm, no foul from Mr. Nuke there. They end up with the goal anyways. Great touch by him, though, to get it past not 1 but 2 defenders to get the open net to begin with. And 40 seconds in, they'll have themselves their first goal.
And it's just one of the things where it feels like it's cascading down on Anubis every single time they're giving up the opening goal. And when that happens, it just makes it that much more difficult to come back, as Hoisey makes another great save in front. Corrupt's actually going to cut off Ledux, but they had the air dribble going to be cut off by Stealthman. Mr. Nuke with a shot on net. Where is the defense? It's nowhere to be found. Trippin', I saw you with the raid earlier. That is free real estate for Chromium. They are going to take that one and take the 2-0 lead.
Vision, I'm just trying to figure out where were the other 2 defenders going? I don't know. They just drove off. It's like they wanted to leave the net open. Now you're looking 2 goals down a minute into this game against one of the best offenses in the league. And you've been getting outshot all series, outpossessed all series. Good shot there from Not Whisper. Better shot from Hoisey. Answers right back. A minute 13 into this game. They're only down 1 now. What a play from Anubis there.
Yeah, Not Whisper doing a great job. And T-San, you're in high champ, I'm in grand champ. We all know the best passes are missed shots, right? You got to make it look convincing enough that it might go in, and then your teammate can come in and clean it up. But Ledux going to be able to get a great clear. And where have I seen this before? Hoisey almost always the last one back. for Anubis. Able to do a great job there of just delaying as Stealth Man is going to get a touch out to the midfield. Not enough juice on that one to keep the pressure away as Hoisey up on this. Gets a glancing blow, and it's going to be a shot on net. That was not the touch Hoisey was looking for. Despite all the magnitude of touches they have made on defense, that is one they definitely want back. It's going to be 3-1 right now in favor of Chromium.
Yeah, that's tough. You know, for Hoisey, you want to make sure you get it out of the way so Corrupt Arrow doesn't have a dunk or double tap opportunity. Gotta get a little more over to that corner though. Chromium, they've been in the right position all game. And one thing I want to note, the difference, one of the big differences I've seen between these two teams, the touches, the quality of touches, Chromium versus Anubis has been astounding.
It certainly has, and like I said earlier, Hoisey is the only one that's trying to slow down the game and get those quality touches. We see Whisper taking a little air dribble of their own there, slowing down the pace. Again, it's something I really need to see out of Anubis right now, because I believe with them being outshot the way they are, by the way, 2:55 still on the clock, Chromium has 11 shots on the board already. They have to take quality touches. They have to be able to beat out defenders, and they're not going to do that just playing boomer ball against this squad. How many times have we seen it so far? Technically, it's been 2 in this 3-game series. But as soon as I say it, of course, they get a little cheeky open net, and it's going to be a 1-goal game once again.
Yeah, and a poor touch from Corrupt Arrow there. Maybe the communication was off. Mr. Noob thought he had the touch. Corrupt Arrow ends up making a great pass for Anubis. They needed that, Vision. Now only 1 goal down. We still got half the game to go. What can they make of it?
We're going to have to find out. Whisper going off the ceiling. That is not the opening touch he looked for, but Stealth Man doing a great job. Do they have a flip reset on that? Doesn't matter. They're not able to get back to it. Corrupt Arrow looking for a second touch. Not going to find it. We're seeing that one-man clear game again, and it's just not working out for them. I mean, Chromium is ready to pounce at every single instance that this ball gets cleared out, whether it be the sidewall, whether it be through the middle. They have to find each other and be able to throw off this just hounding offense from Chromium. It's not happening.
Yeah, right now, 13-3 in shots on net for Chromium. Anubis they have to do something to stop the offense. At this point, I don't even know what they can do. Chromium's a well-oiled machine. That metal is looking clean.
The metal certainly is. It's on the periodic table. It is clean. It is beautiful. And I got to say, they're not even running conventional oil right now. They're running full synthetic 5W30. It's definitely beautiful to see, as that is a great slowdown touch from Corrupt Arrow. The little ball chase here by Whisper. Gonna get something done. A little touch over the top, but Corrupt Arrow has a clear. Double commit might free up some space. It's gonna be up to Hoisey to make a quality touch here. Gonna sky it off the backboard, and that's just not where you want it located. Now Whisper, great demo up front. Whisper with the flick, but it's saved! Corrupt Arrow comes flying out of nowhere and is able to make the save and save Chromium's bacon. And right now, how do you beat this team?
No idea. One of the best opportunities of the game for Anubis. A fantastic shot from Not Whisper. Let's not get it wrong. But he'll get it back. The flick doesn't go. He doesn't care. They wanted that goal. They want to win this game. 1:21 left. They're only down by 1. Great angle. Great shot from Not Whisper.
Just upper 90 over the top of the player on the front post, and the back post rotation just a little bit too slow. And right now, Chromium might be feeling too comfortable, but Mr. Nuke gets the speed flip kickoff. Corrupt's actually up on this, not enough boost to get around on it. Hoisey's going to lead this one. Stealth Man going to get this off to the side, but it's not going to do anything productive, as Not Whisper has to make a glancing blow, and he is able to off the back post. Here's Ledux going this off the backboard again. Awkwardness prevails right now for the Anubis defense. Boost Starve just continually double commit. Again, they have to get composed. They have to find a way. The double touch from Not Whisper might free this up. Whisper, you have an open net. Just leave it for your teammate. Hoisey can't come through in time.
No,
and it's a disaster piece. If you just have to call him off there, the communication just not on point, as the Ducks going to get this back into the orange half.
And the net was open for so long, too. They had the tying goal, and now with 30 seconds, Anubis, they're going to be scrambling for a goal with the ball in their half. Mr. Nuke goes for the shot there. He gets beat to it. Lay Duxo in perfect opportunity. Going to get another corner boost steal. Mr. Nuke there for the shot. Now Whisper with the save. Vision, you have to feel for Anubis after that one, though. You really do. Corrupt Arrow takes it to the air. Air dribble. Leaves it off the backboard. Lay Dux is there. Shot another one off the backboard. No shot, 1 second on the clock. They're not going to get there in time. Oh, they had the game time goal vision. Instead, it'll be 3-1 in the series for Chromium. Another 4-goal game. 16 shots on net versus 4 for Anubis.
I'm trying to process right now. I'm going to be honest with you, T-Sant, and it's just yeesh. I mean, Chromium just coming out looking like a different team currently, and I mean, you're looking at the stat lines, right? And it looks like it's in Anubis's favor. The fact that you're not seeing is the fact that 3 savior medals were awarded to Anubis on this game number 4. Holy, the defense was there for Anubis, but they could not convert into offense again. And it's one of those things where they're not slowing the play down. They're not finding clears to each other. They're trying to clear it long by themselves, and it's playing right into Chromium's hands. And I understand, Anubis, you made it this far off of your play style. But at this point, if you're going to make that adjustment, whether it be bumps and demos on the backside, whether it be up front and trying to get them in net, whether it be trying to find each other on the clears, it might be too little too late, because you are on season point currently to Chromium, who is coming through and doing work.
Yeah, for Anubis, this is the game. You're down 3-1. Chromium, their offense has been impeccable all series long. Throw everything you have at them. Go literally balls to the wall. Show them everything you got. Switch it up, mix it up, try to confuse them. Do whatever you can. Slow it down, speed it up. Whatever it takes to try and interrupt Chromium and this amazing offense.
Well, right now it's going to be
Whoa!
Anubis. Hey, this is the first time Anubis has scored an opening goal in this series. That is something massive to look at. Let's see how much more comfortable they are playing with a lead versus playing down and trying to come back.
I'm sure Anubis will gladly take that one. Is Chromium, if you're Chromium, are you even phased though? They get a lucky own goal. How do you answer? They've been answering Anubis' goals all series long. Every time Anubis gets a goal, it's a Chromium goal right back. They've been great with the counter plays. They've been great at answering. Can they do it again?
They almost can, as it's another triple commit in front of the net right now. And that's a great shot on net. It's going to be just wide. Stealthman with a phenomenal touch. Going to get the third away from that one, but Leduc's going to get the ball slowed down enough just to take a little bit off of it. And it's a double commit, but it wins the 50. Hoisey putting a shot on net. Mr. Nuke contorting in the air to make the save. It's a beautiful touch by them, as Leduc's going to play this over to the side. Not Whisper. Little 360 no-scope. Plays it through 2. Can they get a third? They're going for the bump, going for the demo. Can't find it. And Leduc's positioning to avoid the bump and get the clear is massive. This might be a chance for Arrow, but it's going to be played off to the side once again by Hoisey, who unfortunately can't make that touch. Whisper's going to slow this one down, but get yoinked immediately by Mr. Duke. And with 3:40 to go, we're seeing the offense from Chromium stalled out a bit. Only 2 shots on net. At this point last game, they had about 9. So you have to give Anubis a shout here for doing what they are, but that shot's on net, and it's saved by not Whisper. T-Sant. This game 5 is insane.
Anubis, they are hungry. They don't want to go down. They don't want to let Chromium walk all over them. A little awkward here. And Stealthman is going to take advantage. Anubis, they're up 2-0. Vision, they're here.
They're here to play. Stealthman recognizing the touch by Mr. New, looking like that own goal, willing to commit as third in rotation. That is something that we've seen Anubis struggle with so far this series. They are straight YOLOing, and they're going to YOLO one right back into the net off the kickoff. Stealthman makes the read. I believe that kickoff was against Arrow, and it's just a flip to the side, a little bit too far for Arrow. Going to allow that one to go in.
Yeah, and Stealthman, he slowed it down a little on the kickoff there. Corrupt Arrow wasn't ready for it. Flipping early, thinking he was going to get beat to it maybe. 3-0 now with 2 minutes in, and we have not seen Chromium in this position yet this series. How are they going to deal with the pressure now being down? Yes, they have the 2-game lead in the series, but they haven't been down yet. Are they going to be able to answer? There's plenty of game time left, and with that offense, anything is possible. Right now, though, Anubis looks like they have themselves finally figured out.
Yeah, it certainly looks like they do, as Hoisey going to take a nice touch. Again, slowing the play down, able to get a touch. Unfortunately, gets bumped off of that, but Corrupt Arrow not able to get the ball. The whiffy. The back pass attempt does not come through, however, as Arrow dived on it. Here's Hoisey with a shot on net. It's going to be up to Stealthman. So wisely backs off of this one. The 50-50's coming through. Corrupt Arrow trying to stay on top. Hoisey's able to get that one away on defense. Again, he has been a menace on defense so far for this Anubis squad, racking up, I think it's been at least 11 saves so far over this series. Doing a great job slowing it down once again, willing to take a 50. Doesn't go their way, but I like the idea behind the play with no boost to be able to get that one away. And that is very dangerous in front. The Arrow's just going to pound it in.
And it's an unfortunate touch. Credit to Chromium for putting the pressure on. It's a tough play for Not Whisper coming. He's coming in fast. Doesn't exactly have the angle. Chromium, they're going to take advantage. I like what Anubis is doing, though, regardless. That was a bit of a misplay. They're slowing it down, though. They have a big lead. Don't let Chromium get a lot of chances. The less chances you have, less goal scoring opportunities. Simple math. And close one there for Chromium. Double commit, but Not Whisper is going to get the save, and it's going to lead out to the blue half. Lay Ducks, he'll beat Hoisey to the ball, though. No, nothing threatening yet, though. Lay Ducks taking to the orange half. Over the middle. And Corrupt Arrow. Vision, you remember when this is a 3-goal game? It's a 1-goal lead now for Anubis. There's a minute 44 left remaining still.
I was going to say, it is not anymore, and that's a 96-mile-an-hour pinch that is rocketed into your own net. It's a great effort by the defender on Anubis, of course, to try to get back in time. Unfortunately, coming back through the midfield is not going to be something that happens, and Mr. Nuke is just eating Anubis alive on kickoffs right now, and it's one of those things where that's very hard to overcome, where you have somebody that can speed flip, somebody else can. Corrupt Arrow trying to get a bump, not able to. Anubis doing a great job so far this game, getting those counterattacks. This might be another one. Ledux has to get back. Great, just great catch to deal with that. The flick over the top. Once again, Ledux just taking their time. Gonna dribble this off to the side. The bump coming out. Not Whisper. Gonna get a good touch. Stealthman trying to clear this one out. Runs out of boost. Not able to get the touch. And Whisper's gonna slow this down and go for the flick. Not able to find anything once again, as Hoisey is going to be the last one back. It's gonna be played off to the side. Whisper looking for Hoisey. This might be an opportunity for the breakout. It's gonna be pinched out by Ledux. And Chromium starting to put that trademark pressure on Anubis. T-Sand. It's gonna be difficult to overcome.
Yeah, with the minute remaining, Anubis has to be careful. That's plenty of time. Chromium, they've been making some great touches. Almost a goal there for Stealthman, just a little bit wide. They're making some great touches, though. Chromium has getting the ball into Anubis's half. Double commit there, though, for Chromium. And Anubis, they can't answer back with the ball down the field, excuse me. They will get it now, but the opportunity for a goal to get some insurance is gone.
I mean, it certainly is. And right now, Stealthman coming over the top. Look at all the space Whisper has with that backside demo. And unfortunately, he just plays it to the net. I would have loved to see him take his time there. Maybe eat another 3 or 4 seconds off the clock. But the 50-50 is going to go in the direction. Can Arrow get back in time? No! It's going to be Anubis getting the 50-50. Just a monster one. The cut rotation from Whisper. The pinch getting past the defense. And you definitely love to see that if you're an Anubis fan. Anubis has had the quality over the quantity this game. They're still being outshot this game only by 1, but they're able to turn 6 shots into 4 goals and hold Chromium. And at this point, it's one of those things where if you feel like you can keep this momentum up, they are only down 1 game after we see another goal go in by Not Whisper.
Chromium, they better not get too comfortable now. Anubis could be taking all these goals, build themselves a lot of momentum, get the team hyped up again. They're looking at this game thinking, hey, they can score a bunch of goals. We can too. And with 5 seconds remaining, all but a formality here as the clock counts down. Lay Duck sends it downfield, tries to get one more maybe. We'll send it into the corner. Mr. Nuke is there, won't have a shot, and it'll touch ground. Anubis. 5 goals here in game 5. They're only down 1 in the series now, 3-2 in favor of Chromium.
Whisper, have yourself a day, brother. The
Absolutely.
bicycle coming out on elimination point for your season. And Whisper decides, he goes full Marshawn Lynch and says, I'm put the team on my back, though. So much determination, though, coming out. You see the bicycle. It's beautiful. 725 points. Man's doing work. And this is the way Anubis is going to find themselves back in this series. Strong counterattacks, feasting off the fact that Chromium plays their third in rotation. pretty darn far up. They've gotten comfortable. Now we're going to see if Anubis can get this lead starting off again. Are they going to get into this Rocket League where they are just pounding the rock, able to play it a little bit closer? I really loved what I saw from Anubis this match.
Yeah, and one thing to note, it may not be impressive compared to what Chromium's been doing. Anubis, though, 7 shots on net. That's their most of the series, I believe. 7 shots. They only were down 2 to Chromium this game. If they can maybe repeat that formula, we might just have ourselves a 7-game series here, Vision. What we're going to be looking at, though, how is Chromium going to answer?
Chromium just has to get to a lead. That was the first time they played down in the series. They got punched in the mouth. How do you recover? You score first. You play where you're comfortable. You have to play to your strengths. And we're gonna see the backside diagonal kickoff, right? So this shouldn't be an overt win for anybody. Corrupt Arrow gonna get it out to the side, but Hoisey should be the first one to this ball. Actually beat up by Nuke. Do they have the double? No. Leduc's trying to get that on target, and Whisper's gonna do a great job getting that on one away. But we're going to start off with pressure once again by Chromium to start this up. And Hoisey's going to sky this one down the pitch. Is this one going to be in? Mr. Nuke making the save on the counterattack once again. If you're Anubis and you find yourself under pressure, that is the way to deal with it. Get the ball skied downfield is a great job by Hoisey once again, who I've just lauded as the defensive anchor. Been doing a great job. That pinch is going to come out, and Stealthman's going to get another save.
Yeah, and I love seeing that from Anubis. Chromium is still, when they're on offense, all 3 players are off. They have somebody sitting midfield to keep the pressure. They don't have anyone back. And as I'm talking, Corrupt Arrow is going to say, shut up, T-Sant. I'm here to score a goal. Another first goal for Chromium here. 1-0, 41 seconds in. Not what you wanted to see as Anubis. He definitely wanted to get that first goal again and play with the lead, but Chromium's not having a vision. They're not having it at all.
No, but Chromium is going to play where they are comfortable. Although it's a missed kickoff, it's going to be a wide open net. Can Whisper get to this one? Taps it down slow. Little bit of a change up right there. Going to get them a goal. They get right back into the game. And if you're an Anubis fan, this is exactly what you want to see. You take advantage of a kickoff. You get instantly back into the game. 4:14 remaining. We're tied up. Reminder, Anubis still on season point right now. If they lose, they are done. They are finishing in second, and nobody wants to finish second at this point.
You're absolutely correct. Great answer from Anubis there. Not Whisper looking for more, though. A great shot on net. Stealthman, he'll be there for another touch. Going to keep possession in the blue half. Good touch. He'll get it over the defense. No one there, though, from Anubis to keep the pressure on. We're back in the orange half. Stealthman, he won't get the touch. Corrupt Arrow will try to send it down. Couple dangerous plays there. Good defense, though, by Anubis. Hoisey will send it downfield. Won't have another touch. Now Whisper sends it high. Again, no one following up from Anubis here. I'd like to see a little more of that from them.
I would too. We're going to see Nuke. Mistouch. Nobody there for Anubis. I think with all that Nuke has done so far this series, you have to respect the fact that he's there. I don't think that's a misplay at all. It's just a mistouch from Nuke, and it ends up being advantageous, of course, for Chromium. A little bit of double commit in the midfield, however. It is going to be played over. Our Arrow is going to be awkward. Whisper and Stealthman kind of combining there, and Stealthman has no boost to work with. As Hoisey doesn't get the touch in the midfield, it's going to be up to Whisper just to buy some time for their teammates to get back into position, and they are able to, as Stealthman makes a great touch here. But the continuation, nobody on offense for Chromium right now, playing a little bit slower, a little bit more conservative than we've seen so far. I'm kind of wondering, with that touch by Hoisey, it's gonna be in. Just a cheeky little doink, gonna find a way, and Anubis is playing with the lead once again. T-Sant, I was not expecting this one to find its net.
No, me neither. And hey, the defense wasn't ready. Hoist is gonna take advantage. Vision, listen to this. Anubis shots on net 4, Chromium 2. They have figured out the formula. Can Chromium answer right now? They look like they're struggling a little bit.
Great demo by Corrupt Arrow, though, to be able to open up something, but Hoisey is going to play this all the way back down, and you see the problem with going for those demos in the net is that your defensive rotation is going to be thrown off a bit, so we see that go all the way off the back wall. This is a phenomenal touch by Mr. Nuke once again to the midfield, and it's just going to be in front of the box, and it's going to be cleaned up by Leduc's right here. Great touch. The bump and tip from Arrow going to throw off Stealthman, and Hoisey just can't recover in time.
Like they've been doing all series long, that's a great answer from Chromium. Anubis, they took the lead last game, ended up beating you. To take the lead this game, do you let them keep it? No, they're going to answer right back. Now, midway through, we have a tied game at Game 6 here. The stakes are high. And a little double commit there from Chromium. They're not going to get punished, though. Ball out to the orange half. Not Whispers there. And a little bit of misplay, though. They'll remain unscathed. Now out for Not Whisper. He has the ball in his car. Great flick off the backboard. Stealthman was there. Couldn't get the shot, though. Boise gets the shot. Arrow gets the save. They're keeping possession in the blue half. No, great 50 from Noob. Once again, we're in the orange half. No, Hoisey sends it back. High. Great touch from Ducks, getting it out of danger. Vision. They're trying. They're getting shots. They're keeping pressure. Anubis, they're looking dangerous.
Oh, the dunk, the double touch by Whisper. Is anybody prepared for that? I don't think anybody on Anubis expected the second touch off the ground, but they're able to keep the pressure like you mentioned. It's one of those things that we haven't seen a lot out of Anubis so far, but this is a great downfield clear by Ledux, who's racing to the ball. It's a double commit. They actually pinch it in front of the net. It's saved. Not Whisper comes out of nowhere, taking the football-shaped boost path and able to get back in time as Arrow's actually going to play this in the midfield. A dunk comes out. Leduc gets a 50-50 onto Arrow's hood. It's going to be high. Can they get back to this ball? It's going to be Whisper once again playing it off to the side. Arrow trying to get one. High once again. Stumpman has to bail. Hoisey comes through once again, and Whisper with the doink. Can they get Leduc on the 50? They do. The pressure might continue right here as Stealthman going to be able to sky this one towards the backboard, but Arrow has the clear and the answer right back. Hoisey a bit awkward here as Leduc's already up. Not able to make the touch. 42 seconds left. Shot on net going to be a little bit off. Double commit doesn't matter. You get the ball out in front of the net. And that's the most important thing right now is it's going to be played off over to the side. 30 seconds remain in this pivotal game number 6. Who's going to take it? Are we going to see overtime? T-San, take us home.
Oh, and what defense from Anubis there. I thought for sure we were going to see Chromium goals. No, some amazing stops. 15 seconds to go now. Ledux, not the best touch. It's open in front of the net. Is anyone there? Stealthman, he'll take the shot on net off the post. Now Whisper's there. 3, 2, 7 seconds remaining. Anubis is taking the lead. Vision, will we see a game 7?
You know what? If I cast or curse this, I'm going to apologize to each single one of you in chat right now. Guys, game 7 is upon us. We might see the 3-1 comeback. There is no shot. Mr. Nuke loses the kickoff. 4-3. Whisper puts a shot on net. Hoisey's already up on this one. The 50-50 inch dropping down dangerously. Nuke's gonna get dunked. And we head to game number 7 off of the goal by Not Whisper. Extracurricular activity. It does not matter. 2-4 is the count. Anubis finding their way back. We go. We're already on Champions Field. Who cares? We're going back there for game number 7.
What a final minute of gameplay that was. Amazing defense from Anubis there. Again, like I said, I thought Chromium for sure had a leading goal there in the end. They don't. Not Whisper, what a game. 3 goals. Anubis, once again now, the most shots they've had in the series with 9. They outshot Chromium, Vision. Are you sweating if you're Chromium? Because I would be.
I am like 1,000,000% sweating for Chromium right now because you know the weight of losing that 3-1 is on their shoulders right now. And I've been in this position before. It is not fun. I've been reverse swept in playoffs, but it's a 5-game series versus a 7-game. So it's essentially kind of the same thing, right? You're starting down 2 games. And you lose 1, that doubt creeps into your mind. You lose 2, it's even there, and it's in your frontal cortex. And you were sitting here and waiting for it to come back. And you have to come out, and Chromium did everything right. They scored first. They struck first. They immediately give up the kickoff goal. And it's not something that you want to see, right? Chromium had not dropped the game when they had scored the first goal so far in the series. Now they did. What is your answer? What is your comeback? They have to find it here. It is the pivotal game number 7. RSC, baby. It doesn't get much more hype than this. That's all I can say, T-San. That's literally all I can say is it does not get much better than this.
No, it absolutely does not. And if you're looking at Chromium now, the full tilt offense, it's not working anymore. Scoring first, not working anymore. What do you do? Anubis has seemed to have figured them out.
I mean, it's been 2 games in a row. I can't say that it's been figured out. Rocket League is a game of ebbs and flows, and I'm going to give credit to both these teams here. They've played their absolute butts off. I'm going to try to keep this as PG as possible because the words that I could use to describe typically don't fit the RSC mold right now. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut on it. But they are playing like their lives depend on it right now. And it's one of those things that me personally, seeing these players in the lower tiers come up and make these touches under this kind of pressure, right? It is just so exciting to watch the improvement that each and every one of these players makes during the season. And it is currently just a testament to the quality of RSC gameplay in general that we can sit here and watch this final right now and be as mind blown and have me screaming myself off. I saw people in chat saying I wouldn't even make it to Series 2. They're wrong, thankfully, but I understand why you're thinking that right now because this has been just absolute insanity so far, and we get a Game 7 out of it. And T-San, our first time casting to brother, finals, Game 7, it doesn't get much better than this, does it?
No, it doesn't. And you got to remember, looking at the seeding, Anubis wasn't supposed to be here. They were a 6 seed coming into playoffs. They, against all odds, underdogs the whole way. They have beaten everyone in front of them. They were down 3-1 in this series. All hopes looked lost. Now we're sitting here, Champions Field, Game 7. This is the chance for one of these 6 players, make a name for yourself. Go all out. Who's gonna answer? If I'm a betting man, I might like Anubis Vision.
If you were a gambling man, I would say that would be the safe bet. But with what we've seen from Chromium so far, you have to give them a puncher's chance, right? They might hit them with a haymaker, get a couple early goals, and that might just be it. They might continue that pressure. It's just been back and forth. And I'm mind blown right now. I just want to see it played out on the pitch. And so that's where we're going to take it. Game number 7, Hoisey versus Corrupt Arrow on the kickoff. Gonna go in favor of Chromium. The miss by Ledux to start us off. No 50 to kick it out to the side. We are starting out hot, and Chromium is looking to put their play style stamp on the beginning of this series.
Yes, they are. Right away, we're seeing some demo chases from Chromium. Looking to open up that back line. The Anubis back line has really been locking down the past few games. Now we see opportunities for Anubis. Hoisey with a great shot. Corrupt Arrow with an even better save. Not Whisper, excuse me. He'll interrupt. Who is that? Ledux? He will interrupt Ledux. Stealth Man taking it back down the field. Anubis, some opportunities. Weak shot. Corrupt Arrow, he'll clear it. We're staying in this blue half. Anubis, slowly throughout the series, they've been able to extend this pressure more and more. We're seeing less and less offense from Chromium. Will it continue here in Game 7? Almost a dunk from Corrupt Arrow into the net there. Ledux off crossbar. It's going to bounce high. A favorable bounce for Anubis. No goals for Chromium.
Corrupt Arrow has an opportunity here to get the touch, not able to. Hoisey's going to be able to play that one away. And right now, even through the double commits, Anubis is holding strong, and this is exactly what you need to see. Only a one-shot difference so far in the first minute. Anubis is keeping pace. They're doing a great job of keeping up with Chromium, and you see Chromium actually starting to slow it down, but it's a terrible double commit. Hoisey's going to clear that all the way to the corner. It's going to be a pass in front. It's going to be cleared up by Hoisey, who's going to get back around the ball. It's going to land on Whisper's foot as well. The dunk by Mr. Nuke, the hero of games 1 through 4, pretty much, as this is going to be up Corrupt Arrow, keeping this in the orange half. Hoisey going to be beat out. Stealth Man can't get to it, and Chromium's going to open up the scoring in game number 7. They lost the lead in game number 6. The question remains, T-San, can they hold on to it now?
We'll see that as the game goes on. What a shot from Ledux, though. Not an easy angle. Gets a great bounce just behind the defense. Off kickoff. It's a win for Chromium. Corrupt Arrow. Right away, he's going to make it 2 goals. Doubling the lead for Chromium. What a shot.
Mr. Nuke has been a savage so far on kickoffs for Chromium, and he's been one of the reasons they've been able to take this series as far as it has gone. Games 1 through 4, he was in that kickoff position a lot, and he was winning them. They were running set plays off a kickoff, and that's not something that you see a lot in these tiers, are those set plays, because you're so confident in the person taking the kickoff that they're able to get it through the defense, and you already know it's happening. This is a bit of an awkward touch right here. The squishy save attempt coming out from Hoisey, looking for those bumps, not able to get it as Corrupt Arrow gonna bang this one downfield. It's a 50-50. Stealthman gets the save, but gets demoed for their effort. Hoisey's gonna be pushed out of the way as well, and it's a double commit, but it is cleared into the blue half at least as Corrupt Arrow keeps pressure. 243 down. Anubis, one shot on the board. This has not been their winning formula so far, T-San. What adjustments do they need to make right now? Because this is the last chance they have to do it.
Well, starting off, a great midfield play from Not Whisper to get into the blue half. Let's see some more midfield action. Stealthman with the shot there, into the net. Stealthman, he's gonna make it a 1-goal game. Anubis, don't count him out yet. They didn't come back from 3-1 down for nothing. They're showing you why.
Stealthman with a turbo pulsar play right there. Literally simple as that. Placement over power 24/7. Slots that into the upper left-hand 90. Nobody's touching that, but we see the set play for Mr. Nuke winning the kickoff again. Corrupt Arrow gets a touch. It's going to fall straight to Hoisey, who takes the 50. Not Whisper. Should have a decent chance at this. Stealthman might get caught out, going a little bit too far, but the shot's not going to be on target. And it's a bailout right now for Anubis, but they will take what they can get as Hoisey skies this one towards the orange half. It's going to be Stealthman up right now, not going to be able to beat out Mr. Nuke. Going to be played high off the backboard. Hoisey has the response. Going to play it off of their own corner. Whisper playing extremely patiently here, but that bounce is going to be awkward for them. Stealthman up, going to clear it back over to the other side. That's not going to be a way to get yourself out from this pressure, but that touch might be, as Hoisey and Whisper both go, but they get the clear downfield. Does Whisper have the double?
Whisper!
He does, but it's not on target. That would have been a massive clutch play coming out from Whisper. Not able to find it right there, but the 50-50 gonna get through everybody. The demo going
go
out.
in.
Get to it. No! Hoisey with the clutch demo. Gonna tie the game up. I am losing it right now. Hoisey with the beat. Not Whisper with the demo. Gonna clear out the lane and let the ball roll into the net. Are you kidding me?
What a play, just getting it over the defense for Anubis. They've tied it up. There's a minute and a half left. Vision, this game can go to anyone. Both teams are playing fantastic. We've seen great touches all game long. Both teams hungry. And now Whisper to Stealthman towards the goal. A shot on net, but a save for Lay Ducks. He's gonna get a big clear to the orange half. Chromium, they had the two-goal lead, excuse me. It's a no-goal lead now. Corrupt Arrow over to the middle. Lay Ducks, he won't have the shot. Hoisey tries to clear it, gets it over to Not Whisper. Another double commit, but Stealthman with a good second touch there. And
so dangerous right there. I was waiting with bated breath, hoping that somebody could get back to that. A great double by Ledux, but it's actually going to be pinched all the way back down to the blue half. Mr. Nuke taking their time. Great recovery to get that one backwards. A demo coming out as well. Stealthman versus Mr. Nuke. He has been the man, the myth, the legend, and Corrupt Arrow not able to get that one on net. 30 seconds counting down. We might see overtime and game never 7, but I don't want to jinx it yet. Corrupt Arrow with a shot on net, not able to get it through. Whisper getting dunked. This ball's in front, but nobody from Chromium is going to be there to take it away. We see Blood Ducks to the center. Corrupt Arrow, hard shot on net. Hoisey with the save once again. Bumps Mr. Nuke out of the way. Ledux going for the shot. Able to find one towards the net. Not able to get much. Mr. Nuke backboard. No boost. Looking for the dunk. It's going to be there. Is anybody there for Chromium? The answer is going to be no. The ball being kept up by Not Whisper.
Alive.
They have the boost.
Not Whisper
right now has a chance. Mr. Nuke with a phenomenal double touch. We're going to see overtime in game number 7.
Visionary, we couldn't ask for anything more. What a final series of events there. Lay Ducks towards the net. Hoisey, he's been the brick wall all series long. He's there again. Corrupt Arrow, a shot towards net. It's high. Who is that? Not Whisper. He'll get the clear. Hoisey, the second touch. They'll send it out to midfield. Stealthman, he'll have an opportunity here. Gets one touch, gets another, and nobody is there for Anubis. They would have had a clear shot. Not Whisper. He's not done yet. Hoisey keeping it in the blue half. Extended pressure from Anubis. We've seen it a lot in the second half of the series. They won't get a goal there, Vision.
It doesn't matter. Not Whisper's going to be there. Stealthman going to get a massive dunk. It's going to be a 2v1 right now. Whisper trying to put this one on net. Not able to get it through Arrow as the pressure builds once again. This shot is on net. Ledux making the save. The championship caliber save. Quite literally as Hoisey keeps us locked into the blue half right now. As this one's going to be cleared out to the center. It's a little bit weak. Hoisey going over the top. Nuke looking for Ledux on the clear. Going to find it. We're a minute into golden goal territory.
Whisper.
This one's going to be close. It's going to be saved up by Mr. Nuke, who gets a great dunk here as well. No boost to their name. Hoisy's going to cut this one off. Cut off a teammate as well. The dribble for Corrupt Arrow, looking to get it through. Not able to find it. Whisper does a great job of getting their way. The pressure returning to the side of Anubis as Stealthman gets a clear downfield. Whisper with the glancing blow, going to free up a lot of space. It's going to be a race. Hoisy right now not going to win that race, as it's going to be not Whisper versus Corrupt Arrow. It's going to be a dead neutral 50-50. 1:30 on the clock. The shot on net saved out by Mr. Nuke.
And Visioners are notice. Boost steals coming in from Anubis. They're taking control of this boost game. We've seen a lot of them in the blue half this overtime. Will it continue? Over the middle of the net, but not dangerous. Hoisy looking to clear it out. It doesn't have the second touch. Now Whisper's there though. A demo from Hoisy. No open net though. Two blue defenders coming in to make the save. Hoisy, he's not done. A favorable bounce off the corner. Lay duck shot there. Now Whisper. 2 minutes in overtime. Anubis is taking it. They are your rival series champions, Vision.
Anubis with the comeback of the century, down 3-1, staring down the barrel of the 45, finding a way to find salvation. Are you kidding me? This is how we start off the final stream of the season. Are you kidding me? Hoisy, 4 freaking saves, my man. Hoisy, not Whisper, not as known, but definitely an integral part of the comeback, and Anubis finds the way to bring it back from 3-1. I can't believe it. That is so massive from Anubis. And you said they weren't supposed to be here. Well, I mean, don't count them out. They've been here the whole time. They take it in game number 7. And obviously I'm out of breath. That's insanity. Just absolutely insanity. T-San, I'm going to pop it over to you. Enjoy those replays. That was a bang up series. And we get to see game number 7 overtime. And this is just rival. We have veteran coming after this. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, look, Vision, I don't know how Veteran's gonna top that. That was incredible. I don't know about you, I know who my MVP vote is for that series, and he played an amazing Game 7. And that's, of course, Hoisy.
I can't disagree with you. Hoisy was the savior on the backline. Even though Anubis was losing those games, it could have been much worse if Hoisy hadn't been that rock solid third person in rotation. And the pop off in game number 7. Hoisy, that's my vote, guys. Y'all obviously have the vote yourself. Y'all are saying stealth MVP. That's why we give it to you guys. We're not trying to impart any bias, but that game 7, ice in their veins, it's Hoisy for me. It's got to be Hoisy. It's massive. And that's just rival. Again, we have another series to go. My voice is half gone. I don't care. We're going to power through. Honestly, guys, we don't typically do this on the RSC stream. I'm going to be honest with you. We typically just roll through it. We power through. I'm going to tell you right now that the amount of hype that series brought, if I don't catch my breath